Hello, everyone. My name is Mary, and today I wanted to do a video on a tarot reading for the current energies going on right now. There seems to be a serious amount of something happening. I know I'm going through a sudden surge of like fears and realizations and things coming up from my ego, and I know that there's other people that I know who are going through, basically around this time, the similar thing, just facing fears from the past, facing fears from, buried deep in your ego, people getting sick, people not able to do what they want to do. And so it feels like a really kind of intense time. And I know we've had some intense energies coming in the earth plane for a while now. So I thought I'd do a tarot reading and find out what is going on right now for us on the earth plane. If you tuned into this video, then this is for you. So I'm just going to turn on, give you a view of the cards. There they are. I have already shuffled them and cut the deck. So here we go. What is going on for us? What is the current energies going on for us here on the earth plane? So we've got the Page of Pentacles to start. That is all about the earth plane. It's all about material world. It's all about the things you can taste, touch, see, feel. It's all the physical things. And the page is all about bringing brand new messages. It also signifies sort of like a learning phase. And so the earth is sort of, I would say right now, hugely in this place of shift, of learning to be brand new. So all of us here on the earth are learning how to be something brand new. We're learning how to navigate our world in a brand new way. We're learning how to really just interact with each other and the earth and all of the energies around us in a brand new way. So the page is bringing is learning, is the novice. And so we're all just sort of navigating something brand new right now, which totally makes perfect sense. Our challenge is the High Priestess. That card is all about hidden knowledge. So I would say right now on the earth plane, there is a sudden need and a readiness for learnings, for getting in touch with higher energies, with getting in touch with our higher selves, with getting in touch with the high, a higher vibration of the earth. The earth is bringing forth and showing us that there is some new knowledge. Secrets are being revealed. The High Priestess is often about duality. And so I would say this has a lot to do with sort of the crumbling of duality as we know it. So she's got these two pillars, the dark and the light. And so it's sort of a crumbling of duality as we know it. It's a pulling away of the curtain and finding out a lot of things that may have been hidden. And so I'm getting that this is not only for each individual person, but for the collective, that secrets are being revealed. Ideas about yourself, about the world may be sort of shattered. And so there's really there's no firm foundation right now. Our challenge is that we're learning to navigate some new ideas about ourselves that were hidden before. So the High Priestess holds on to secrets and does not reveal them until the right time. And so right now is the time for some revelations, and it's causing some disruption. this is why it's a challenge, is that we're finding it very hard to move past, to flow. So the high priestess is also a watery energy. And so we're finding it very hard to flow in the direction, very easily flow into the direction of these new vibrations and these new energies that the Page of Pentacles is actually bringing onto the earth plane. So I would say, so far, this is exactly what I've been feeling. Like, the high priestess can sometimes bring revelations that you're not ready to see and make you look inward. She's all about a feeling-centered spirituality, so looking inward. So we are having to really look at ourselves in a deeper way that is rather uncomfortable, and it might be bringing up some issues for people. Egoic issues, all kinds of things might be coming up that we are just finding really hard to and unsettling to deal with. The unseen influences for us right now would be the Five of Pentacles. And the Five of Pentacles is all about shift and its change and its dynamics. It's a card of change, and the Five is a very dynamic energy. And what's happening here is that as far as the spiritual direction of the earth, something new is happening. Definitely, we're in conflict. We are not sure where we're going to end up. It's sort of like, you know, at the beginning of March Madness, when you're really not sure what team is going to come out on top. It could be anything, you know, everybody's bracket is a winner at that point, because we're really not sure. So this sort of like dynamic, not sure how it's going to end up energy is sort of the unseen influencing us right now. So it's causing, I think, a major shift in, you know, like, you know, groundedness. We may not feel grounded because of the energies influencing us that we are not aware of are these really dynamic shifting energies that are causing us to sort of lose sight of where we're going and what we're doing. And we're starting to see other, you know, other possibilities. So the Five is other possibilities, shift and change, you know, like how you've been doing things may not be how you're going to do them. Suddenly something is shifted. Suddenly there's a little bit of conflict. Suddenly you're not sure of your direction. And you may not be sure where that's coming from, but it's coming from the overarching energies on the earth right now and how things are going currently. So, and if you're seeing this video later, then fine, you know, that's happening for you now. It's all, time is not as solid as it seems. So consciously, so our conscious influences that we on the earth plane are trying to let ourselves be guided by, or the earth herself wants to be guided by, is the idea of the Fool. And the Fool is all about like no rules anymore. There's no rules, there's no expectations, there's, you know, we're just blindly walking forward into you know, a situation we've never been in before, and we're not sure the pitfalls, we're not sure how things are going to go and how things are going to work out. Yeah, that's also par for the course. So the energies, the unseen and the seen energies here, the things that we're feeling and the things we're feeling that we're, you know, things we're feeling that we're not aware of, and the things we're feeling that we are aware of. This is creating perhaps some, you know, some issues. So if we're all sort of entering this, we've never been in a situation like this kind of energy before, you know, everything is so new. It feels like for years, things since, you know, for 2+ years, it feels like we're in new situation, brand new territory, pretty much all the time now. So this is telling me that we are definitely, we're not sure how to navigate it. We don't have a roadmap. You know, it's like the old days of actual maps of the city. You get a map, you know, those folded accordion maps, and maybe you drive off the map. It's like, oh, we got no map now. We don't know where we're going. or when your GPS, you lose the signal and it becomes, it won't load the map. And so you're like, well, I guess we don't know where we're going, there's no way to know. That's kind of where we are, is sort of like the Fool. We're just sort of like, well, we have no map, we have no guidepost, we've never been here before. We're not even sure where we want to go, because, where we were going, everything's changed, And so that, combined with this very like dynamic energy of the Five of Wands, could lead to some pitfalls. We could be encountering some pitfalls that we haven't encountered before. And having to deal with these new revelations, the resurgence of ideas and revelations and insights, and just we're having to deal with a lot more information from the High Priestess that we haven't had to deal with before, and having to look within and ask ourselves, do we really want to follow the crowd here? Do we really want to do it this way or that way? Or how, what do we really want? You have to, the High Priestess always asks us to look inward and really feel our way forward. And so there's a lot of shifting energies right now, I would say, lots. Oh, interesting. So in the past position, I've got the Sun, and the Sun is such a sunshiny, warm, wonderful card to get, but it's in the past. So what I'm getting from this one is that it's telling us, we're remembering better times. We're looking back. There's a lot of looking back right now. There's a lot of nostalgia. There's a lot of like, the past is the golden spot. The past is where the sun is shining the brightest. The past is where everything is sort of like, oh, everything was so great back then, before the pandemic and before this. Maybe some of us look back on our past, or the past of the earth, and we're like, well, actually it wasn't so great. We need to change some things. But I think for the most part, a lot of us have some memories of either how it was, or maybe how we wanted it to be, or how we thought it could be in the past, where we're and I think another meaning, another interpretation of this card is possibly there's no recapturing it. Like maybe our best times are behind us. Like maybe there's a fear that, things were great back then. Now we've got all this, mayhem and, pandemic and all the things, war and all the things that you could possibly name that have been going wrong, or have been, tripping us up. Maybe we're thinking the past is where our best times were, that we'll never have that again. Maybe there's a fear and a looking back. A lot of, I think, the reboots that we've been seeing are sort of a nostalgia. I know there is a card in the deck that is more geared towards nostalgia, but I feel like this is definitely, I'm getting definite nostalgia vibes from this card. It's really showing me that there was, we're looking back with fondness. We're looking back with envy to how things were for us. Another interpretation for this that I'm getting is that it's possible that the Sun herself has been putting out some very intense energy for us, giving us this upgrade, this new light codes, new energy, heavy energies actually coming from the Sun herself, that have caused this whole thing to happen, that we're now suddenly able to understand a lot more, and it's really tripping us up, that we want and see that we want change, and it's causing a lot of sort of mayhem in the world, and this new idea of how we want to move forward with the Fool. So the Sun herself. So there's a lot of interesting interpretations for that. Yeah, I'm actually feeling like the Sun herself might be what this card is mainly symbolizing. But then again, there is truly a looking back towards the past as being, oh, if only we could have, 2019 back, or whatever you're pining for. Ooh. So we've got the devil card in the future position, and the future in tarot is not like, oh, this is what's going to happen. The future card is always just a possible future, but for me, mostly, I like to interpret the future card as what we see ahead of us. Like, what are you looking at? What are we seeing in our future that might be influencing us right now? So it's all about what portion of a possible future are you looking at that you're thinking about that's affecting you. And so for the earth plane, and all of us here on earth, the current energies are pointing us in the direction of looking at our shadow. So we are having to really look at. So if we want to change, if we want to work out our problems individually and collectively, if you want to work out your issues, you're gonna have to see your shadow. You're gonna have to look at the things you've done that were wrong, the things you've done that weren't so great, the times that you may have, acted in a way that was a very low vibrational energies. Like you maybe have acted out of fear rather than love in a certain situation. So the devil is definitely in play right now as something we're afraid of having to do. And it might be causing us to not absorb and really dive into these energies that the high priestess has to offer us, all these secrets and revelations. And here's how, here's how we can live better. And here's how you can upgrade and up-level yourselves. Here's how ascension is possible. Here's how we can move forward as a collective. Maybe all of these wonderful revelations that the high priestess energy is really calling us to. Maybe we're stopping ourselves because in order to do that, we're gonna have to look at the other side. We're going to have to face exactly what the devil has to offer us, which is, you need to see the other side of things. You need to see what has been hidden from you. You have to see, if you want to see if you want the secrets of the high priestess to be revealed, then those secrets may come with some of this energy, the devil energy. So this may be sort of like as a, oh no, like for 2+ years, we've been dealing with the, oh no, the pandemic, just various issues, social issues coming up, whatever else, everything that you can imagine that we've had to face socially, politically, internationally, all of the things. And now we're trying to return to normal, but it seems as though there's still a lot of fear and a lot of secrets being revealed, a lot of people who are seeming one way and then it's revealed that they're actually not that way. I think this turning away, this sort of like, I don't want to see that, is sort of blocking the movement forward, or it's making it a lot more bumpy. I think if we were not afraid of really facing our collective shadow as a collective earth family, if we were not afraid of that, then this high priestess would be exactly where we are right now, where we'd be like, yes, that's a great place to be. It's a great place to be, because you're with her, you're holding on to those, you're using your intuition, you're moving into a place of more guided by internal knowing. And you're not afraid of what duality has to offer you. Whereas, things that we are thinking, we're moving more into an intuitive way, intuitive space, secrets being revealed, stuff like that. And it's actually causing problems because we're afraid of this. And right now we look back on, oh, isn't this so like, it's perfect how things feel to me anyway. Or how they've felt for a while, is that we look towards like, oh, the good old days before all this stuff. And a lot of good things have happened, but I think a lot of things have changed for a lot of people. And in this new post-COVID world. And so the past is like this sunshiny thing. The future is like, oh my gosh, we don't want to go there. That's going to just be more pain, bringing down the structures that we've built that have been actually keeping people down, maybe changing the world in the way that we want to, maybe showing us that the future's going to be pretty tough. It's going to be difficult. So I think that right now, what we're seeing is a lot of shifting energies, a lot of change, and a lot of courage is going to be needed, required. All right, so this is a great energy for where we, how we see ourselves right now. The Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is, this is the earth gaining knowledge, learning new things. The idea of the new technologies coming up, new ways of doing things, better ways to connect to people. All of this stuff is we're ready to, I think this is telling me that we as a collective are ready. We are ready to learn new things, to build something new, but it's going to take starting from scratch in a lot of ways. The page is not a master. The page is still learning. The page is all about newness and, you know, trying things out. And especially the Page of Swords is about education and really exploring new discoveries, new, maybe new technologies. So as a collective, we are ready to embrace this. We are ready to, we're ready to take it on, but it's going to take some time. It's going to take some, you know, effort, some learning, some education, all of that. It's going to take all of it. So this is a good place to be. This card I always interpret as, you know, the blind spot. I love interpreting this card as the blind spot. So what is it that we may be needing to bring in, that we may be missing? And I think and so the Three of Cups is all about heart energy and coming together in friendships. And I feel like a lot of friendships and a lot of relationships may have taken a hit over the past 2 years, maybe during COVID. Relationships, maybe some of them are strengthened, but some of them maybe have been weakened a little bit. And I think building new friendships, building new relationships, and not being afraid to connect to people that might be different from you, or might believe something different from you, or the person who has the Trump sticker or the Biden sticker on their car, whichever one gives you the most fear. Maybe you're like, oh, I would never be friends with that person. How dare they? You know, but then maybe this card is telling us, we got to connect with people. We really have to connect. We got to find our where we are, you know, not look at our differences, but find our similarities, find the things that bring us together. There's a reason to celebrate with somebody. There's a reason to connect with somebody, and maybe that reason, and maybe looking for that reason is not so easy for us right now. Maybe it's easy to see differences, especially when the many people in the media might be really pushing a divisive agenda. Maybe it's time for us to say, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing the divisive thing anymore. We're doing this. We are coming together. We are celebrating. We are sharing our love with each other. We're sharing our hopes and our dreams. And we're going to have respect for one another, a heartfelt, loving respect for one another instead of fear. I think that's a very important thing that we need to bring more of, that we might not be paying attention to right now. And this position in the tarot is hopes, fears, expectations, but I always use it as a message, as an opportunity for the angels to speak. So let's see what the angels are telling me about this one. All right, so what I'm getting, so this card, the five, another dynamic card. So we've got, sorry, this is crooked. We've got this guy picking up swords. He seems like he's kind of smirking a bit. He may have won the battle. We got a couple of other people that may not have done so well in that battle. You know, it looks sort of, sky looks a little like treacherous, just a little bit. Some gray clouds. It appears as though something has just occurred. Some difficulty has just occurred, and the five is all about moving forward in a different way. And the swords is all about mental, intellectual ideas and how to move forward. And so what I'm getting from this is that everything we've been through, from the murder hornets to whatever else has gone wrong in the past 2 years, to, what, everything, just everything in your family, in your personal life, in your professional life, in your, social world, in the greater context of your communities, everything that may have happened that seems like, no matter where you landed on the, after the battle, after maybe you got COVID, maybe it didn't, maybe COVID affected your company very heavily, maybe it didn't. Maybe your family shifted or your relationships shifted, maybe it didn't. So no matter what happened, what I'm getting is it was all for the best. It's all useful. We can make use of this. We can learn our lessons. We can move forward in a very positive way. That the five is telling me that the dynamic shift that is possible here is good. Like, it's going to be fine. We have the power to choose what is good for us and what we're working on and all of that. We have the power to choose. And this is a very good place to be. Because a lot of times the best victories come after a failure. It's after somebody who didn't do so well that they practice really hard or, study really hard, and they do a lot better next time. And so if we're experiencing a lot of difficult energies on the earth plane right now, that can only mean that this is an opportunity to improve and come together and change our thoughts and minds about things. So that's what I'm getting. I'm getting a very positive energy here. And the new direction, King of Pentacles. So again, we're coming back to the earth. We started off with the Page of Pentacles here, and we're ending up, our new direction is the King of Pentacles. So we are shifting, and the new direction for us is everything's going to work out. The earth is upgrading and shifting into a higher vibration. So are all of all of us are doing that as well. We are shifting. We're learning how to be more in tune with the earth and how to be more in tune with the universe in our own lives, how to work differently, how to operate differently. So also I'm getting, there's going to be a lot of shifts as far as work is concerned, how businesses operate, how we treat the earth and how we treat each other, and how governments are going to operate. Now, it doesn't seem like certain governments are on friendship terms currently, but I feel that this is a very positive sign that things are going to move forward in a good way. So that's the reading. This is what I'm getting. I feel like there's some good energy here. There's some very, very good energy here. Did I show you the King of Pentacles? He's beautiful, this guy. He has these luxurious robes. He's just, there's a lot of lush greenery around him. He's got the castle. He's got it all, he's able to work with the world in a more positive way. He's the masculine element. So the masculine is generous, is very formative, structural, logical. So we're moving, I think, into a place where we're going to be able to build a better world for ourselves and work with the earth better, and manifest the kind of life, the kind of societies that we really want to. So this is the reading. This is what's going on. My thoughts on this. Things are tough for a lot of us, I think right now. Things are very tough. I think it's going to be tough, especially facing that devil card, especially overcoming just the challenges of having to look at yourself really, honestly in the mirror, to look at our earth honestly and say, you know what, there's a lot of things we need to shift and change. I think the only way to change things is to see them, see what really needs to change. So this gives me hope. I hope it gave you hope. I hope that this helped you a bit. And I hope I hope we all can do. One of the cards I'm finding the most interesting is this one. I love that. I love that came up as something we need to bring in more of, is to find more community, to find a reason to celebrate with people maybe you weren't, ready to celebrate with before. It's all okay. We're not making enemies here. We're making friends. We're building a community. We're building better communities, I hope, going forward. And that means inclusivity. That means being inclusive to everyone. And that means, like, specifically the people you may not be like, I don't want to really associate with those people, but we're moving to a place where you're going to have to. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you want if whoever watches this wants more readings of different kinds, please leave them in the comments below. If you have been feeling right now kind of like swallowed up by the energies going on in the earth right now, leave that in the comments below. And I will see you next time. Bye.